For the longest time, Justin Trudeau has accused Pierre Poilievre, as well as the entire Conservative caucus, of having insiders with massive corporations such as Loblaws, specifically and particularly Loblaws. But what you're about to see is Pierre Poilievre has an actual list. Like, he literally brought a prop which is not allowed in the House of Commons and mentions a bunch of liberal insiders that are working for Loblaws. He literally flips the script, and it's kind of a big deal if you know what's going on. But nonetheless, we're going to take a look at a great debate, a great back and forth, heated debate between Pierre Poilievre and Justin Trudeau. Welcome back to another video, everybody. We are en route to 100,000 subscribers here on House of Canada. It's amazing. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people paying attention to Canadian politics and to question peers. So before we begin, I want to encourage everyone to smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't yet already. It does help push the video out and help grow the channel, as well as remind you that if you want some WTF stickers, the link for that is down in the description or the pinned comment below. WTF, not what you think it stands for. It stands for Where's the Funds? An amazing mic drop moment by Pierre Poilievre against Justin Trudeau. Without further ado, let's get into this video.
15 seconds on the clock.
Mr. Speaker, while Conservatives cut frontline border services officers, along with cuts to the RCMP...
Someone says, please steal my car so I can get insurance.
We're going to continue to do that with $121 million front.
No doubt.
More investments for port and border security. We're going to continue to step up.
That's pretty funny.
Canadians safe.
Hear, hear. The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
You know, the Prime Minister's strength is not math, but the facts are that we took office, there were about 12,000 working as CBSA officials, and when we left office, there were over 14,000. So 14,000 is more than 12,000 to help the Prime Minister with
Oh my
the
God.
numbers. It's true.
This is so embarrassing for Trudeau.
Bureaucracy and high-priced consultants, which he has ballooned, and that's why after 8 years, he has increased auto theft by 32%. Will he accept our common sense plan to cut high-priced consultants and hire more front-line inspectors?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
I can't help but smile when the Leader of the Opposition talks about high-priced consultants, because it's his campaign being run by a high-priced consultant for Loblaws. When he stands in this place and across the country, wrenching his heartstrings about the prices the Canadians are paying for groceries, when his top advisor is in the pocket of Loblaws, giving him the same talking points as she gives Galen Weston when he appeared at Parliamentary Committee. Mr. Speaker, if Canadians are going to believe this Leader of the Opposition, he needs to come clean with who is funding his organizations.
Order. The opposition.
He's sure getting desperate if he has to blame Conservative campaign workers for the fact that he raised food prices.
Yeah.
And Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister's
That's pretty pathetic.
marketing director, Max Veliket, did marketing for Loblaws for 4 years. Don Guy, the Prime Minister's chief pollster, works for GT & Co., which collects checks from Loblaws. As does Dan Arnold, his other pollster, getting checks from Loblaws. Are they the ones that forced him to quadruple the carbon tax on our food?
There it is, man. Drop some W's for Pierre and smash a like button if you haven't yet. Let's see how Trudeau gets out of this one. Yeah, sit down. Sit down, fancy socks.
I know it's Wednesday and members are very keen to hear the answer to this question, so I'll ask them to please restrain themselves while the Right Honourable Prime Minister answers the question.
Oh, it smokes, man.
Speaker, you can tell it's Wednesday because this morning the members of the Conservative caucus got to hear directly from Jenny Byrne, who sits in their caucus with them, giving them advice. So that is exactly where they're coming. When she is actively on the Loblaws payroll, while at the same time feeding lines to the Leader of the Opposition about food prices and concocting a theory around carbon price and grocery prices, pointed out yesterday, has no basis
Sit down, boy. Your narrative just got blown up.
Is this the poll?
His narrative just got blown the up with Pierre name-dropping people. That's absolutely insane.
There.
Oh, he's got a prop.
That's
Pierre's got a script. Let's see what he says.
Leader of the opposition.
Oh, Mr. Speaker, he makes it too easy. He talks about caucus meetings and Loblaws. Get this.
Holy shit.
The Prime Minister had someone who is his director of caucus services named Julie DeWolf, who is now a lobbyist for Loblaws. Not only that.
Woo!
Dirt. His chief dirt digger, Kevin Bosch, left his office so that he could go and work as a lobbyist for Loblaws.
For Loblaws! Oh!
He'd like us to continue going down the list of...
Please do, please do, please do, please do! Look, Trudeau's not even standing up. Trudeau's not standing up. Who's gonna take it? Who's gonna take it? No one's standing up. No one's standing up. Guys, this is insane. Not a single Liberal is standing up to answer.
The Right Honourable Prime
There he goes. All right.
It is quite something to watch the flailing of the Conservatives right now as they do anything to try to distract from the fact that the Leader of the Opposition's top advisor is and gets contributions and paychecks from Loblaws. This is an issue when he has stood up and pretended to care about food prices, when we hear the exact same talking points come out of Galen Weston's mouth as out of the Leader of the Opposition's mouth on some...
Yo, he's done. He's
on
done, man.
Street prices, we know exactly who is behind the Conservative Party.
Holy sh**. This is a massive expose.
Madam.
This is a massive, massive expose, folks. We have not known these names. I don't think these names have been public yet. And Pierre just name dropped a bunch of people. Honorable replacement for the Leader of the Opposition, Andrew Scheer.
After 8 years, the Prime Minister is not worth the cost or the crime. The previous Conservative government reduced car thefts with common sense policies like tougher penalties for repeat offenders. The Prime Minister changed that and gave car thieves easy bail and house arrest. Under Conservatives, car thefts down by 50%. Under Liberals, car thefts up by 34%. And now he's being told at his fancy summit that his policies are the problem. Celeste Power of the Insurance Bureau said car thefts are up because, quote, profits are high and penalties are light. So when will the Prime Minister abandon their soft on crime approach so car thefts can come down?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary for Public Safety.
Mr. Speaker, on the contrary, would the Conservatives actually like to know that since 2006, the 5 years with the highest amount of car thefts in Canadian history was under the Stephen Harper government. We are actually reducing crime. Today we had the Auto Summit where we brought in leaders across the country, including police. Mr. Speaker, we are working on tangible solutions, not just slogans from the Conservatives.
The Honourable Member from Regina Capel.
Those were the first 5 years we inherited from a previous soft on crime Liberal.
Yeah, there you go, Mr. Scheer.
Crime that this government's policy is making worse. On April 1st, the Prime Minister is going to drive up grocery prices again with another hike to his carbon tax. And the impact on this affects Canadians every step of the way from farm to fork. Keith Warner, professor at the University of Guelph, said 44% of growers are operating at a loss presently, and 3/4 have difficulty offsetting production cost increases. Instead of driving grocery prices up even higher, why doesn't he cancel his plan to hike the carbon tax?
The Honourable Minister for Innovation.
Mr. Speaker, we will take no lessons from the
We take no lessons from the Chihuahua.
I guess their plan is to ask Jenny, Mr. Speaker. But on this side of the House, Mr. Speaker, we have a plan to make grocery to stabilize price in this country, Mr. Speaker. It's called competition competition, Mr. Speaker. Canadians at home understand that. They are the only one who are blocking the further reform we want to put, Mr. Speaker, because Canadians understand that we want stabilized price, we want more choice, we want more competition. On this side, we'll fight for Canadians at every step of the way.
The little Chihuahua takes Trudeau's place.
From Regina Capel.
You would think that they would have thrown those talking points out after this week when we learned, Mr. Speaker, all the relationships between Liberal staff and Loblaws, like Brian Topp and Don Guy, both who collect checks from Loblaws, and last year they met twice.
Oh my God.
Director of Policy. Or like Taya Backett, the in-house lobbyist at Loblaws. She used to have an office in the PMO. You could run a superstore with all the staff over there that have relationships with Loblaws. When will the Prime Minister realize it's not Conservative volunteers driving up grocery prices, it's the carbon tax, stupid?
Oh! Oh, Mr. Speaker's going to mute it. He's going to mute it. There he goes. Oh, you can't call people stupid. That's what he's going to say. It's unparliamentary language. We already know he's going to abuse his power, yada, yada, yada. Dude, drop a W in the chat, folks. Drop a W in the chat for Andrew Scheer for filling Pierre's shoes.
Although that is
and skirting the line.
Known to many, I do warn all MPs to please to try to watch and to stay safely on the right side of parliamentary debate. The Honourable Minister...
Stupid! The stupid carbon tax!
Your words, Mr. Speaker.
Drop some W's, guys.
When he talks about superstores, right, and I'm happy to talk about that because that's actually what we're trying to bring, Mr. Speaker. We're trying to bring more competition. I've been in touch with foreign grocers to bring more competition, to bring more options for Canadians. And people are watching at home. They understand that on this side of the House, Mr. Speaker, we have a plan. We are working for Canadians. On this side, they have no plan. And the only plan we've seen is to ask Jenny, Mr. Speaker. We'll continue to work for Canadians at every step of the way.
The Honourable Member for Louis Saint Laurent. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. After 8 years of this Liberal government,
Oh my goodness.
the housing crisis,
They just got their ass handed to them, man. That's pretty funny.
the average rent has gone up by 19% over 1 year, and it will take twice as long to pay off a mortgage and up to 25 years to save up a down payment. That's what Canadians are facing after 8 years of this Liberal government. Yet this government is very good at photo ops. When will they instead work that hard on building housing? The Honourable Minister of Innovation. I'd like to thank my colleague for his question. If there's something the Conservatives are good at, it's insulting mayors. The last time we heard from the Conservative leader, he was insulting the mayor of Quebec City, the mayor of Montreal, who is working with us to build more housing. What we're doing on this side of the House is creating programs to build affordable housing, collaborating with provinces and municipalities. Mr. Speaker, Canadians know that we must work together, and that's exactly what we're doing. The Honourable Member for Louis Saint Laurent. Mr. Speaker, for 8 years, this government has been insulting all Canadians with their terrible housing record. Even the president of the CMHC has admitted that the government has no plan to fix the situation. There's been a 28% decrease in housing starts over the last year. That's the Liberal reality. So my question, when will you stop holding press releases with photo ops, and when will you start building homes? That's what Canadians want. The Honourable Minister of Innovation. Mr. Speaker, I have a great deal of respect for my colleague for Louis Saint Laurent. That said, I don't think we have much to learn about videos and photo ops from the Conservatives. Recently, we saw the Conservative leader doing a photo op and a video at the Port of Montreal, thinking that a video would fix auto theft. We have met with leaders in order to fix this problem and others. We talked about monitoring. We talked about innovation. We talked about technology. What the Conservatives don't understand is that in order to move this country forward, we must work together. The honourable member.
Thanks for watching the video to the very end. If you'd like to subscribe, I've made it very easy. You can do so by clicking right there. If you'd like to watch another House of Commons highlight clip, you can do so by clicking right there. And if you'd like to subscribe to my main channel, Mr. Sunshine Baby, where it's all Canadian political news, then you can do so by tapping up there. Subscribing is absolutely free. There's a button down below that says subscribe. If you'd like to join and become a member and financially contribute, you could do so as well. Thank you so much for watching this video.